Hey YouTube, this is Zach with catalyze Financial, and we are back following another week in the stock market, and sadly this was not as exciting as last week, not nearly as fun. As you can see, it was in fact a very rough week for me. We got clapped on the bank stocks, and I understand it, it happens, but I was a lot more optimistic than what they actually turned out announcing. And the reason for that is largely based on the fact that most of the bank stocks were told they cannot do something. And I took my losses and moved that cash flow into a lot of other plays. I mean, you can see that this is basically following my portfolio performance over the past week, although I had a lot more exposure to it. So when that time decay as well as that momentum dropped, I did take my losses on those. The reason for that is because I did have enough to cover earnings, but I picked some moves that were farther out of the money. So the reason that I wanted those farther out of the money is there was a bit more opportunity for those to bounce up exponentially. However, only when the stock is moving in that direction. So I recognize that. I do want to highlight that I'm not overly concerned about this because this is my trading portfolio. So I don't need this money to survive, as well as we've been here before. So we've been lower than this before, as you can see, been in the 800s. So not overly concerned. We'll get back up here. I do want to highlight some of the plays that I did pick up yesterday. I did do a SPY put, and then I ended up selling that same put somewhere else. So we've got that SPY put right here. So I was able to lock in some profits with that one. And then I now have a SPY call going into next week, as well as an SPXL call. This is just a basically, if the market is going up, this is going to perform very well. So that's what I'm looking at going into next week. The other one I've got, the big play, is NVIDIA at 380. As you can see, they were there just earlier yesterday. So any forward momentum for them going in over the weekend, which I do think that they have a lot of optimism, I think we'll see a bounce up there. So the idea is that we are going to see a bounce up next week. I'd like to get a hefty cash position going into earnings season, which begins in 2 weeks. So we're looking at some what I would classify as safer plays, but we shall see. Again, this is just a reminder that options trading is dangerous, but at the same time you can make or lose a lot of money. So we will see, but I'm not overly concerned at this point. We'll get back at it here over the next 2 weeks. So if you've got some plays to highlight, or if you would like to use this time to have a sympathetic, hey, we've all been there, let me know in the comments below, and I will talk to you all later.